Earl.
What's your birthday, man?
Hey, what's your birthday?
You're like 90. That's about all we've been able to get.
Earl, sit up.
3, getting playing off the booze.
Sit up.
Come on, Earl. Let's
Sit up.
man.
What happened? Seriously. Sit up. Sit up now. I am not playing with you tonight. Sit up. What is your birthday?
Earl, you want to go to the hospital, man? We need to get up.
You're gonna have to walk because we ain't carrying him.
So let's get up on your feet.
Because I am seriously not in the mood for this though.
You can walk. Come on. Let's stand up.
I'll get you a coat, Earl.
I know you can do it. I've seen you do it.
I say no.
Stand up. Use your legs.
Remember that time you called the paramedics because you were incapacitated, couldn't even walk, move, barely breathe, and they walked in and said, "Get up, Earl, get up." Well, that's what Peggy Finley was saying in there. Those two guys there, those are police officers out in Springfield, Illinois. But the paramedic there, again, Peggy Finley, was seriously not in the mood for Earl's BS, is what she said. So he's in bad physical shape. His name is Earl Moore Jr. And she just wasn't in the mood. So the cops tried to walk him out, throw his arms over their arms a little bit and drag him out. But you discover just how bad a shape Earl is in. We don't know yet. I'm gonna tell you why, but let's watch that.
Let's take the coat with them.
Yeah.
I gotta put it on.
I got your coat. Come on.
Some wet bullets.
Nope, we're not doing that.
Only way we're gonna get you is if we walk through the house.
Come on, Earl.
You're not dead weight.
Maybe we are.
All right.
No, we're just being lazy. Get up. Or you can stay here.
If you want to go to the hospital, man, you got to help us out a little bit.
Earl, are you gonna go or are you gonna stay, bud?
If you're gonna go, you need to get up and walk.
Man, you gotta help us out a little bit. We ain't never gonna get out of this house. All you gotta do is walk out that front door. Yeah, it's right outside. Wait.
Come on. Earl, get up.
Is it right outside the door?
Earl, get up.
Yeah, all he has to do is walk out
Get
there.
up.
At this point, I guess the assumption is that Earl just doesn't care and he wants to lay on the floor because it's more comfortable there when he said, "I can barely breathe," and things like that. So anyway, this is the crux of this whole thing. Just outside was a little bit of help. More paramedics, an ambulance, a stretcher even, who Cadigan, Peggy's partner, I guess fellow paramedic, was standing by waiting. Now pay attention to this video, how they place him face down on the stretcher and how aggressive they strap him down. That's the whole point about what happened here. Watch this.
We're spin him around. I'm gonna put him on. Stand up. Stand up. All right, Earl, this is getting a little silly, man. There you go. There we go.
What's got this guy who just first time saw Earl Moore Jr. this angry, slamming him face down on this stretcher, strapping him down like he's really trying to beat this guy up? What are you so mad about? Why do you have this job? Earl died of compressional and positional asphyxia due to prone face down restraint on a paramedic transportation cot stretcher by tightened straps across back and lower body in the setting of lethargy and underlying chronic alcoholism. That's according to a coroner's report obtained by CNN. Yes, Earl died later on that night. The first thing that was communicated to them was that he's a severe alcoholic and he'd been going through alcohol withdrawals. It had been 4 days since he had a drink. Who knows why? Maybe he's trying to do something different. Maybe he couldn't get his hands on any. Whatever the reason is, you're the paramedics. Well, now they've been charged, those two, Cadigan and Finley, have been charged with first-degree murder, by the way. So now they're facing those charges. There's details of how that can come. I'm not sure how they're gonna adjudicate this. But Farron, is this gonna stick? Number one, and Jesus, what job do you want as paramedics?
Yeah, I mean, those were two people that clearly, like, they didn't care about their jobs. They didn't care that it is your job. Doesn't matter if the person's having hallucinations, withdrawals, or if it's an actual medical emergency. You have taken this job with the expressed intent to help people. So I get it. You're having a bad day. You're not in the mood. Doesn't matter. You are in a life or death situation and in a position with that job where almost every call could be life or death. If you're having a bad day, you don't get to take it out on a person who is, at that point, unable to even comprehend what is going on, and yelling at him and chastising him as if, oh, well, God, now I got to do this for the day. I wanted to go home early. I thought we could clock out. Like, go to hell. That's my response after seeing these two individuals, and I'm glad that they're charged. And, based on this, first-degree murder, what that entails legally, I think it's a very strong case. I absolutely think prosecutors will be able to be successful with it, and I hope that they are.
Let me go through these 3 points real fast to see, because I want to get specifics and see which one of these things will stick, because I'm glad you brought that up. So Illinois law defines first-degree murder as one of these three. He or she either intends to kill or do great bodily harm to that individual or another, or knows that such acts will cause death to that individual or another. Number two, he or she knows that such acts create a strong probability of death or great bodily harm to that individual, or this being the least likely, I think, he or she acting alone or with one or more participants commits or attempts to commit a forcible felony other than second-degree murder, and in the course of or in furtherance of such crime or flight their form. Oh God, this legalese talk is annoying the hell out of me. Either way it goes, it's probably the first two where they could have determined that this kind of treatment of someone in that kind of state, which they were told before they even showed up. The police were told he's an alcoholic and he's going through withdrawals. Maybe those are the ones that'll stick there. And those are the ones you were thinking?
Yeah, I think definitely number two. I think number two, 100%, you will be able to prove that. But it's important to remember, you wouldn't be able to prove that if we didn't have that body cam footage. Without that footage, it would just be, oh no, well, he rolled over and we did what we were supposed to in the time, because they can't lie their way out of that. It is on camera. And that, of course, is what's so powerful. That is why these cameras are so vital. But it looks like now, maybe we got to put them on the paramedics too. Maybe we need to start taking a look at this. When I first saw this story, it kind of shocked me. I assumed it was the cops that did this, but then to find out it was the paramedics, I mean, my God, how systemic is this? If it stretches beyond the police into the first responders, the ones who don't even carry weapons, yet somehow are still able to kill people, that's even more terrifying.
Like I said about cops, they're just citizens who clock in and that's their job next. And they have a gun and a badge and they can wield this kind of power. So whatever biases or feelings they have about certain folks, or whether or not they think certain folks need help because of the position that they put themselves in, they can determine whether or not they do their job. Yo, that's something that we can't let happen. And I guess it stretches over to, firefighters, paramedics. I don't know how many stories there could be about other folks that are there to serve and have been paid to do so that sometimes just don't feel like it. Again, she says, we're not gonna go through this BS tonight, Earl. I'm not gonna take it. You're gonna do this. Why?